Hello, good morning, everybody. It's Kevin Chan here, and yes, today is the 8:30 session. Why? Have to send children to school. We are right now officially gone back to the currently very normal pace, which is the 8:30 pace. School just restarted. Congratulations on all the students. Have to go back to school already. Yeah, well, today is the first day of school for Malaysia. Right. So for those of you like my daughter who is going for Form 5, oh, really massive amount of good luck to you all, man. Right. So exam gonna be so near. So the exam is either October, November, because December they need to go to the holiday. Then they want to restart the entire school on January. So this year is like a sacrifice. Right, so now I can see Pepper is around. If what is around, how are you guys all doing? Right, so it's a Monday, February 17, and we are continuing with our journey into understanding the five art in Chinese metaphysics. And today we're gonna talk about the divination art. Divination art, right? So is the art that deal with future state, right? So it deal with future state. Hello, John Lone. Right. So now how are you doing? Good morning to you as well. Right. So we have start to talk a little bit about the five art, right? So as I dwell into the five art itself. So now for me, the five art, which is the Chinese five school of stuff that we are asking, is very fascinating to me, right? So being a Chinese, very unfortunate, wasn't Chinese educated. So no, don't read, don't write Chinese, right? So they usually classify people like me as banana. Outside see yellow color, like Chinese. Open up, inside all white color, all English ones. Right. So the day I started learning about Chinese physics, right? So was the day that I finally can tell myself that, oh my god, finally I have something that is Chinese for myself. At least, right? At least it's a bit Chinese for myself. I can learn this. Right. So I started my learning through 八字, which is the uh life what is it, destiny art. Destiny art is one of the branches, destiny art. So this is a divination art, is different, right? So let's talk a little bit about this. So we have talked about the mountain art, we have talked about the medicinal art. At least by now you should understand the mountain art is about chi. All of them is talking about chi. The mountain art is talking about internal chi. So it's usually used for healing, or used for attacking now, if you are on the martial art side. Then yesterday we talked a little bit about the medicinal art. So medicinal art is introducing external chi into the body. So if you internally cannot generate and contain chi, what they do is that they externally induce the chi, right? So it's either through using herbs, or you use the acupuncture and moxibuction, right? So these two areas. So it's designed to either nourish you or bypass whatever that is being blocked, right? So that's what we do, right? So now you have chi, which is happening in the internal. Then you got chi that's happening in the external. So what other thing can chi do, right? So the chi can be used for divination art, is basically for future base. So today we are trying to understand that lah. Come, let me shrink myself down to the smaller version. And Kissing just join in, yeah, back to school there, man. You. Right. So how are you doing as well, Anna? Right. So we're gonna go in, right? So I think everybody's seen this before, right? So this is one of the most recognizable when it comes to divination, right? So thanks to Hong Kong show. Right. So this is where they take the stick and then they start to shake. There's many form of definition, divination. Please, divination, many forms. This is just the most what we call a common one, right? So this is one the most common one, because why? We are always fascinated with the future. The future is always unknown, and of course, in the olden day, the future is always dangerous. So we have devised a lot of method, a lot of way, a lot of school, a lot of way of thinking to basically assist us to deal with the anxiety of the future. And this is one of the method, right, which is called 口庆, right? So you go temple, you always hear this magical sound, crock, 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 and then one of the stick will start to come out like magic one. So it's like it's like the feeling is the god come down with the hand and pick the stick out for you. Then the stick drop to the floor, tita, and then you bring it to the temple in charge person. So they will based on the stick number, they will pick up the piece of paper and start reading the meaning in the piece of paper for you. depending on what you're asking, right? So inside the paper, they'll tell you if you're asking about relationship, this is your sentence. If you're asking about wealth, this is your sentence. If this is asking about health, this is your sentence. So it's very interesting. Right. So what is the things behind it? So again, it's the same. For Chinese metaphysics, most of the system is basically trigram. Right. Trigram is the basis of all the systems. So it starts from yin yang, then you have the four small school of greater yin, greater yang, lesser yin, lesser yang. Then you have the trigram. Trigram is the basis. So I always say that everything get classified into the trigram. Right, so then it get what we call it get further refined into the 64 hexagram. Right? So that's where all the bases come from, and everything in the universe supposed to fit inside the 64 hexagram. So if you understand all the 64 hexagram, you have the universe in your hand. That's the theory lah. Right? So of course I know it's impossibility for you to do that. Right, so this is the art of definition. So we're gonna today discuss a bit, take a look at art of definition and some of the practice that we have in art of definition, and what exactly is art of definition is trying to do for you, right? So that you use the art in the correct manner, right? So this is what we are trying to do. So let's take a look at it, right? So now as it back into the normal, the five art, 三一不明相, right? 三一不明相 is mountain, medicine, divination, destiny, and also physiognomy. Right? So that's the five of them, right? So there's the five of them, right? So again, I just tell you, it's internal, external, future, past, current chi, all the chi form of the chi there is. So it's all about manipulation of chi. So that's why if you understand chi, all of them run on chi as the fuel. So hello, come rise, how are you doing? Right. So come, let's take a look at the art of divination. Right. So very simple writing, only got 2 stroke. Right. It's Chinese is called pok, right? Chinese is called pok, right? So this is how we are looking at, right? So again, back to this one, the one that is very, very famous that is basically shaking of this, right? So now in the olden day, this one, this method is actually using yarrow stick. They use yarrow stick to try to build the trigram, or they can use it to basically build the hexagram. So instead of doing that, they straight away write the hexagram into 64 stick. Then you go check, whichever stick comes, you don't have to build it, right? So some people even can use coin to build the hexagram. Doesn't matter what method you use to build the hexagram. In the end, you are trying to get the hexagram. Right, the end result is construction of the hexagram. You can use coin, some people can use the color of the what we call the person is wearing. Some can use the direction of the people coming from, or they can use the animal tree combination. Whatever combination it is, in the end it is just a hexagram. Right? Once they have the hexagram ready, then depending on the text of the hexagram, which is very broad, then they are able to inference certain thing that is happening, right? So the one big rules of a divination practice is randomability. It need to be random, right? So that's why whatever random method that you use is basically fine. It cannot be fixed. It need to be random, right? So if you are a practitioner of this particular art, you really, really need to somebody who really believe in letting things go and let it be. If you are a controlling freak, divination art is very difficult for you to learn. Very, very difficult for you to basically get into, right? So divination art, right? So like usual, now let's have a talk a little bit, right? So there's always yin and yang on both sides, right? So there's always yin and yang on both sides. The yin side of this particular practice is the one that you are more familiar with, maybe called Yi Jing, right? Yi Jing is the yin side. So Yi Jing is the really grandfather big definition tool is actually Yi Jing, right? So from Yi Jing you got that Mui Fa Yik So, right? So Mui Fa Yik So is the plum blossom definition. There's one way to do so. That is the one that has a transformational gua. Right? So this one gua and then it transforms into another gua. Right? So that is how the predictability is actually being done. Right? Then you have your Yi Gua, right? Yi Gua is just another method of doing the prediction. Right? So there is also a Yi Jing base. right? So or you just practically just use the Yijing, or the one that we usually play with, Yijing card is the same thing, right? So a card stick you shake or you what we call mix up a card and pull a card out, it's the same. Right. So now you can even extend it to the English world, tarot card system. It basically is it. It's all those are classified under divination system. Right. So then of course, the active part one, the yang part one, is the one that we are very familiar with is the Chimen Dunjia. Right. So Chimen Dunjia is one of the predictive tool, divination tool that is currently very hot in the market. Right, very hot in because why they have solved one of the biggest problem in Chimen Tunjia, which is creation of the Chimen Tunjia chart. The chart is very lengthy to plot, right? Because why you need to plot the stem, right? So you need to plot the stem. You really need to plot the stem 2 times. One time is for the earth stem plotting, then you need to plot the heaven stem plotting. Then you need to plot the door, you need to plot the star, you need to plot the deity. So there's actually 5 separate plotting that need to be done inside here just to get the chart out. So if you manually do this, it probably might take you half an hour, right? So it might take you half an hour, it might take you an hour, right? So there's too many things to remember. So that's why before this is very difficult to practice Chimen, right? Just the plotting part will kill you already, right? So and there is 1080 possible charts at any one time, right? So it's just 1088 per so which means it's too many things to plot, right? So too many things to plot take too much time to plot, right? So in the olden day, very difficult to do. But today with the advancement of databases and software, you can get the chart like in a second. You can get the chart. Then you just have to worry about reading. Right, reading is not difficult. Reading is basically not difficult. Right. So then there are, again, so there are probably many other different predictive tool that is out there that you can use. So all of them is the same. Okay, right. These are just example for you to run around with. So as you go through, there may be a lot more out there. Even Chimen Tunjia got different school. I'll just tell you first. So there's the flying palace school, there's the spinning palace school. So many school is basically out there, right? So even the plotting method, there is the Chai Pu method, there is the Zirun method of plotting. So all are different, all of them basically, will tell you that, we are the best, we're the greatest, doesn't matter. Pick one, stick to it. That's my advice to you. Pick one, stick to it. Right? So this is like many recipe out there to do the tomato fried egg. If you're in the cooking world, there are a few dish which is called the definitive dish that you need to know. One of them is fried rice. The fried rice got a lot of way to fry, a lot of way to fried rice, So and then another one is tomato fried egg. Right. So yeah, those are stuff that you need to learn how to do. And there are different way to do so. Somebody say put tomato first. Some say that the tomato don't need to be very watery, then only nice. Some say other thing. Some say the egg might be fried first. Then take away, then only put tomato, then put back the egg. Many lah. So same thing lah, right? So but all of them have the same objective, which is to predict the chi that is in the future. Right, so if we take a look at the structure, right, so the 3 things that is basically required. So now the yin and yang side, the yin and yang side applied to the yin and yang side at the other side as well, right? So which means that if you are doing Yijing, there's the yin side of Yijing, there's the yang side of Yijing. You are doing Qimen, there's the yin side of Qimen, there's the yang side of Qimen, right? So now this one is basically based on generally more Qimen intended, right? So let's talk about it. Qimen, there's one side that basically govern your mindset, which is the manifestation part. So I'm sure a lot of that to do manifest, like positive mindset. Do you have any general guide with when to use Qimen and when to use I Ching? Is now to me I Ching because I Ching encompasses things that is a bit too big. If you're asking for something that's pretty vague, very vague stuff, I Ching actually does a better job in answering vague questions. But if your question is very specific, Qimen will be better. Because Qimen box up already, Yijing don't have box. Yijing is free flow everywhere, right? So now again, practicing the art of divination, your database really need to be huge. You need to have a huge database. If you are the type of people cannot cram things into your mind, your mind needs to be very open. So if your mind is stuck up, very difficult to do divination. All right, your mind is very open, very easy to do divination. Right. So again, right, the randomability need to be there. Right. So which means that you have to somehow allow the situation to carry you to the place that you need to go. There's no fixed answer. Right. There is no fixed. Right. So like talking about manifestation. Right. So manifestation is mindset on the side. Right. So manifestation, the intent or the question. Right. We always say that the question or the command that you're trying to do is very, very important. Right. Manifestation don't work. Either one of this component is wonky. Right. It's either one, you have no good command. Right. What is no good command? I just straight away tell you, I want to be rich. That's a bad command. Because why? No one understand what the hell is rich. 50 cents. Right. So I always tell people, for the guy who is currently in the war-stricken zone, doesn't matter whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Gaza, whether it's Syria, giving them $10 is rich already. Right, $10 is very, very rich. The $10 give to you is nothing. Right. So now I got some friend which is so rich one. You give them $1 million is nothing. So how to explain the word rich? So I always tell people, if your same sentence, if you talk to 10 people, 10 people also got different impression. Your question sucks. Your manifestation sucks. All right. That's one part of it, because your manifestation is blur, right? You cannot make things happen. Number two is that you actually don't have enough chi. This is where they translated chi to karma, right? Liu Ren method, Liu Ren method is also under divination, right? Liu Ren, like just now, just tell Liu Ren, Tai Yi, and Qi Men, all these three are very powerful predictive tools. Right? So Tai Yi is to predict usually you want to say global or environmental level prediction. You want to do economic prediction, you want to do weather prediction. Those are all global level prediction. Tai Yi is very good. Tai Yi is very good at predicting, let's say a country's direction. Tai Yi is used for that. Liu Ren is for mundane everyday thing. Today I go this direction to eat, good or not? The one that you always see in TV show, this one, like that one. And that is basically Liu Ren. Liu Ren not difficult to use, but because the application is very mundane. So, okay, maybe one day, maybe one day I'll get a Liu Ren to do it. Right, so Qi Men is the more practical one, because Qi Men applied to battle. It is better at answering questions, at least the yang part, execution part of it. Right, so the forecasting that we usually do is under the yang portion. The yin portion is all the manifestation. So now back to the thing, the chi a lot of time is translated into karma. But again, please don't translate it into karma. Although yes, karma is part of the chi, right? So for you to manifest for something, right? For you to manifest something, you need to pump the fuel in. A lot of people want to manifest for things, right? The thing that they want to ask is this much, but the thing that they have is this much. Cannot, right? The thing that I always tell people, if you want to have the income of 1 million, but your current mindset and your current action is just at 100,000. You want to put in 100,000 worth of effort, but you want the return of 1 million. Tell me, does that work or not? That doesn't work at all. Never. So it's like, I want to go to Johor, but the petrol that I pump into my car can only get me to Subang. Understand or not? My aspiration, my mindset that I want to go Johor, but the fuel that is inside my car can only reach Subang. By the way, Subang is just next to where I stay. So you mean cannot it cannot be done. Right? So that's why you need to have sufficient amount of chi. So sometimes it's good to be able to borrow chi. So if you're learning qigong, you can actually convert that chi into this particular chi, doable, convertible chi. Right. So then last is the action. So a lot of people manifest but don't do anything. Yeah. right? You can go and see those people who go temple, almost 100% of them put joss stick on you. Put joss stick, Guan Yin Ma, help me in terms of this. Go home, sit down, do absolute nothing. Then, I already go in and put the joss stick. So a lot of people also, oh, I manifest already. I manifest every day, sit down, manifest. Action, zero. That's why it doesn't work lah. The trinity must happen at the same time. Okay, all three of them need to happen. Correct intention, correct amount of you, correct amount of action, and then it will work. Right. So for a situation where one need to choose from among option, can Qi versus Yi Jing be used? Choose option, flip coin. Right, but Qi would do a better job. Qi would do a better job in making choices. Qi generally would do a better job than Yi Jing, because Yi Jing usually tell you circumstance. Right, this trigram, this hexagram story is like that. It does not help you with the choice. Right? Yi Jing basically can tell you if you choose a Yi Jing. Qi tell you if you choose this, this is how you are want to go, right? So go to the Yang side is basically doing a forecast, doing a forecast. The forecast is basically again to predict the future of your execution. The forecast is basically again just tells you that okay, this is the situation. If you choose with the situation, then this is where you're going to go, right? So now again, it's important that your question is being formed or shaped in a way that it is answerable. Please don't trap yourself. Sometimes you put in a question, again the question is not really very answerable, right? Not very answerable. Then this is like setting a wrong objective in an objective setting session. So a lot of company cannot reach their what we call aspiration, goal, vision, is because the objectives were set wrong, right? So the wrong thing. So now this one, if you play around a lot with the AI, then your answer you will know, right? So the AI can only give you answer as good quality of how you train the AI. If the AI is untrained, then you get stupid answer from the AI, right? But as the AI is being trained better and better, right? Because the AI work on pattern recognition, right? So understand better, then give you better answer, right? So same thing in forecast also, you need sufficient amount of qi inside. So sufficient amount of qi is basically what you have already planned, right? So then your action, what you're gonna do after that, you get the choice on that, right? So this is basically the working mechanism of a divination, right? So it's fun playing around with it, right? But again, all of them, is basically the same foundational yin yang trinity. Every single one of them is yin yang trinity. It's just that the trinity is different. The yin yang is basically different. So now the qi portion of it in actual sense is that because we cannot detect the qi, so what do? We use the chart. The chart is actually the qi distribution. So the chart tells you that at this current moment, the qi is supportive of this action. The qi is not supportive. The qi is not supportive of this action. Right? So manifestation is the same also. You open up the chart. You open up the chart because you cannot detect the qi. So that's why you open up the chart. Right? So the chart basically tells you, hey, for you to manifest for this. Manifestation again is to align your mindset. Okay, align your mindset. So easiest example for you to know about manifestation is this. When you have decided to buy a blue color car, you would see that the entire street is full of blue color car. Right? That's manifestation. Okay, the blue color car did not just appear. It's because all this while your brain has been commanded to filter out irrelevant information. That's what our brain do. Our brain is there to filter irrelevant information so that we can survive. We are bombarded by millions of signals, right? So our brain only focus on certain range of signal, then they just zone out the rest so that you can function. So whenever you manifest, you are directing your brain to tell your brain that, hey, release information about this particular topic. Right? So that's why you can find. So again, I think some of you may play around with the experiment of, look around the room, right? So, then afterward, come back, they tell you that, so let's find some red color shirt people. When they come back, they're going to ask you the question, did you notice the green color shirt person? You will go like, huh? Green color shirt person. Because why? The green color person is there or not? Is there. So the next round, when I tell you that, please look at the green color shirt person and then tell me who is the nearest green color shirt person. Close your eye also, you can find the green color shirt person and, you can tell where he is. What's the difference? Right? So it's like you manifested the answer. Right? So same thing. So when you do manifestation, that time is basically the entire art of directing your brain to release information. You are really telling your brain, these are the things that I want to do. Brain, can you please release all the information about this sort of thing? So that's why if you don't tell your brain properly what you want, right? The brain very difficult to release information to you. I want to be rich. What the hell is rich? Your brain don't understand. Okay. Is it more advised to have a plan, action plan, and open achievement chart for confirmation? You need to have some plan. You need to have some action. So again, it's like going to a war. You go to a war, right? You march 10,000 soldiers from your hometown to the battle zone. You cannot go to the battle zone, then only see that, actually, I don't know what to do here. You need to somehow already have some strategy, as in, this particular town, I will use trebuchet to bombard the fella, right? So, until the fella then, then I will send in the first wave of cavalry, then followed by, what we call archer. Then only you open the achievement chart. The achievement chart will tell you that, hey, right? So this means she is everything John Kim. Right. So now again, right, back to this. Chinese do not have a definitive way of classifying things. Okay, Chinese don't have a definitive way of classifying. So qi is overall encompassing every single thing. So I just tell you the qi in qigong is the different qi from your Chinese medicine. Different, but they are all called qi. All right, they're all called qi. Right. So to translate to the current, maybe easier for you to understand is the English cooking versus Chinese cooking. Right. So you see Chinese cooking, right? Yeah. English cooking, right? They have a specific knife for specific food. This is a meat carving knife. This is a fruit carving knife. This is a what we call your stick eating knife. This is a butter knife, right? So it's like that. So if you go to the Chinese kitchen, we got one cleaver. It's the slicing cleaver. It's the food carving cleaver. It's the bone chopping cleaver. Because that one knife does everything. So same thing with the word qi. It does everything, encompass every single thing. So you ask me, qi, is it mental? In certain case, qi is mental energy. In certain case. Right. So like for example, if you go for execution, then it's environmental energy you can call. But anyway, divination deal with future qi. So that's why you need a qi map. Form of energy. Also can say it's a form of energy. Right. So like for right now, because lack of vocabulary. So you can call it a form of energy. Doesn't matter. Right. So it's just that we are trying to measure the qi in the future. So that's what the entire art of prediction is there for. Entire art of divination. So we are trying to take a peek over the arching light. Yeah, so that's what we are trying to do. So these are the art of divination, right? So how you want to apply it, go and learn. So go and learn the divination art, right? So that's what you do. Right? So it tells you, at this current moment, this particular energy is supportive for whatever action. Your action right now, if you go and do, right, you're going to knock on the wall. So that's what the energy map is telling you. So it's like a topography in war. It's like topography in war. So this is a swampy area. So if this is a swampy area, if you march your whatever soldier in, right, your soldier is not going to, like horse is not going to work in a swampy area. So there's no point you having a cavalry inside a swampy area. So you should know that, right? So if that's the case, we're going to go through swampy area, my attack force is not going to be a horse. So that is predicting. So that's basically a divination. So you're doing a divination to find out, what is in the future. and then you adjust your action in accordance to what the future energy is. Right? So which point in future you want to choose, that one is up to you. So that's one all is under the yang active part of it, which is called the execution part. Interesting enough, right? So so this is the thing, right? So anyway, also whatever you do, the chi seems to be very important because it's the common side, the mental side, the action side, and the chi side. All three need to be there, right? So the mental side, you can control pretty well. The action side, you can control pretty well. The part that is a bit iffy is basically the chi. So again, in this particular thing, a lot of people like to say karma. You do a lot of good, you got a lot of karma point, easier for you to do this thing, you run out of your karma point already, you do what also is difficult. Oh, by the way, Chiman can borrow. Right? Chiman, in the world of finance, this is actually a credit. Yeah, you can loan. Right? Chiman can loan future. Right? But problem, you have to pay. The chi that you use right now to facilitate the building of your future need to eventually be neutralized. Pay back. So if you don't have to pay back, then that's where things become tricky. Right? So who's gonna pay? Right? Your next gen. Right? Somebody need to pay. Right? So if you play around with the balance of chi, somebody will need to do the payment. So don't say it's free first. So that's why whatever you intend to ask, the gap better not be. It's really like credit card. Right? It's like credit card. You want to buy an iPhone, right? Your salary doesn't permit you to buy an iPhone. You got a credit card. You go and buy the iPhone, or you get the iPhone straight away. But you need to pay for it. Yeah. Okay. What do you mean by payback borrow chi? I mean payback borrow chi. Right? It's like your credit card. You're asking me what do you mean by use credit card? I have to pay back. I cannot answer you what's the question. You use the credit card, you pay back. You can't pay back that time, then your interest snowball. And then you get in debt, but in Chiman, there's no such thing as bankruptcy. There's no bankruptcy right. Right? Eventually somebody who's connected with you would need to cough out the things you borrow. Okay, right? Yeah. So again, now back to the entire thing of karmic thingy. Right? So they like to classify this all under the karmic umbrella. Right? So but don't go until that particular extreme now. So but you just need to understand that this one you use because you're using chi from the future. Eventually, it will catch up to you. Eventually, you will need to normalize the chi. Right? Which means that eventually you need to pay them, right? So that's why I say that if you have most of the time you have helped a lot of other people, then other people owe you chi ma. So you got ample amount of chi, right? So your manifestation is easier. If your manifestation is basically for a bit more goodness of other people, is actually easier, right? So I find manifestation that is very self-centric one usually doesn't really work very well. Right, Chiman also is the same. So if you do Chiman for self-centric purpose, I usually backfire. Usually need to cough back out. Okay. Right, but anyway, right, so again, right, all this when you are practicing that time, probably only you worried about it. Right? 自行合一, no action and become one. All right. So guys, right, that's it. So this is the art of divination. So now this one I will be talking a little bit more lengthy in my channel. I'm just telling you if you are expecting my channel to talk about Chinese medicine, okay, forget about it, switch channel. Right? So go and look for Chinese medicine channel. Right. Modern arts also, I think I will talk about it. I will talk about some of the theoretical part of the Chinese what we call art of a mountain, but the practical part of it, which you need to practice, that part may not be covered in this particular channel. But that part, if you come for excursion, as in face to face, I will cover that. All right, I will cover that. So content about divination art definitely is there. I do a lot of achievement sharing. Achievement sharing, Yijing sharing also, you got just some, so you can extract information from there, right? So 八字 there's going to be a lot, and then also feng shui going to be a lot. Okay, so that's basically what the channel is. So I want you to have the basis of the channel and basis of the things that I'm doing, so it's easier for you to understand. All right. That's it, guys. See you guys again. Bye. Tomorrow won't be any broadcast. Tomorrow I'll be going back to my hometown. I need to send my father to go and see the lovely doctor. Okay, right. So see you guys. Bye.